As promised, I'm back with my favorite part of this whole series. You will hear how God has used me, despite having spina bifida, for His glory. Through hearing how He has used me, prayerfully it will cause you to sit back and reflect on how He may be using you or has used you despite the obstacles in your life. In verse 4, Jesus tells His disciples that we, that includes the disciples, you and me, must do the works of Him, meaning God, who sent Jesus. We must do certain things that we necessarily don't want to do, or go through certain situations, good and or bad, while it is day or while we are living, since night is coming, which could mean death in this instance, and no one can work in death. Also, blessings and joy come in the morning or the daylight. You must go through obstacles in your life that seem difficult. You will have shortcomings that happen to you in life. You will have hardships that you experience in life. Most of the time, these things are not for you to get something from it, but for someone you meet on your life journey to get something from it, to learn from it, or for you to help them get through a similar situation a little easier. Jesus went to the cross for us, so the least we can do is go through a little setback in life. I believe that God has sent me to do the work of showing those that I come across in life that they can be successful in life and achieve anything despite any shortcomings or obstacles presented to them. The reason I know this is because the doctors told my parents I would not have mobility of my lower extremities, meaning I wouldn't be able to walk, I wouldn't be able to dance, and I wouldn't be able to run. Just 2 months ago, I obtained my license. So for most of my life, if I didn't have a ride to get to where I needed to go, I walked or rode my bike. At one time, I was riding my bike 5 miles to and from work, 5 days a week in the hot Virginia summer weather. But those days are over because last week I was blessed with getting a car. But I still need the ability of my feet and legs to operate the car. As my father put it, I actually started running instead of walking when I took my first steps without the assistance of my walker. One of my favorite forms of worship is liturgical dancing, and I love listening to music. So, I do dance, therefore I definitely have mobility of my lower extremities. I may have aches and pains after walking, riding my bike, or dancing, but I can still walk, ride, and dance. My parents were also told that I would be mentally challenged. When I graduated from elementary school, I received a presidential award from then President Bill Clinton for academic excellence. I graduated from high school with advanced Regents diploma. Also while in high school, I was a year ahead of schedule in my math requirements and could have finished what was required of me in the 10th grade. But I wanted to go further. So in the 11th and 12th grades, when I could have probably had a free period like many of my peers, I decided to fill those time slots by taking college math courses, which I excelled in. One of the greatest accomplishments in my life was attending and graduating from the only school I applied to, the school I dreamed of going to since the 2nd grade, the school I was introduced to because of spina bifida when I was sick in 1995. 10 years after that, I entered Howard University as a freshman, and 5 years after that, I walked across the stage with a 3.2 GPA in broadcast journalism to accept my degree from my dream school. God gets all the praise and the glory for these blessings and the defeat of the doctor's reports. What reports have you gotten about your life that were proven to be wrong? What did people say would happen to you, but it didn't? What negativity was placed on you and said about you? Isn't it a blessing to know that it turned out another way? We're almost done. Before I talk about the end of the story of the man born blind in the final video of this series, check out the triumphs and achievements part of my documentary to hear the full story of how much going to Howard University was a blessing for me and the joys my family experienced despite me living with spina bifida. God bless.